most beginner gardeners spend enormous amounts of time researching which plants to buy, which soil to use, and which fertilizers to apply, and then completely overlook the one decision that quietly determines the success or failure of everything else: the pot itself. The container you choose for your plant is not a cosmetic decision. It is a functional, biological, and horticultural one that directly affects how your soil drains, how quickly it dries out, how warm or cool the roots stay, how freely oxygen reaches the root zone, and ultimately whether your plant thrives for years or declines for reasons you cannot quite identify. Today we are going to change that completely. We are going to walk through every major type of plant pot available to American gardeners: terracotta, plastic, ceramic, fabric, wood, metal, concrete, hanging baskets, self-watering containers, and more. And by the time we finish, you will know exactly which pot is right for every plant you grow, every environment you garden in, and every goal you are working toward, whether that is growing food, raising beautiful flowers, or building a thriving indoor plant collection. Let us start with the pot that has been used by gardeners for thousands of years, and remains one of the most beloved choices for good reason: the terracotta pot. Terracotta, which simply means baked earth in Italian, is made from natural clay, fired at high temperatures into a porous, rust-orange container that is as functional as it is beautiful. The porosity of terracotta is its defining characteristic, and it is both its greatest strength and its primary limitation depending on your plant. Because the walls of a terracotta pot are porous, they allow air and moisture to move through the material itself, which means the root zone breathes freely and excess moisture evaporates through the pot walls in addition to draining through the bottom holes. This makes terracotta exceptional for plants that prefer drying out between waterings. Succulents, cacti, Mediterranean herbs like rosemary and lavender, orchids, and most drought-tolerant plants thrive in terracotta, because the pot's drying behavior matches the plant's moisture preferences perfectly. The flip side is that terracotta dries out significantly faster than any other pot material, which means moisture-loving plants like ferns, peace lilies, and vegetables will need more frequent watering in terracotta than in any alternative. In winter, terracotta is vulnerable to cracking if water trapped in the porous walls freezes and expands, so bring terracotta pots inside before hard freezes in colder American climates. Terracotta is also heavier than plastic, which matters for balconies with weight limits and for gardeners who need to move plants frequently. Care-wise, clean terracotta pots between uses by scrubbing off mineral salt deposits with a stiff brush and a diluted white vinegar solution, rinsing thoroughly before replanting. Plastic pots are the workhorses of modern American gardening, and their reputation as the unglamorous, cheap option dramatically undersells their genuine utility for a wide range of plants and situations. Plastic pots are non-porous, meaning moisture only exits through the drainage holes and not through the pot walls. This makes them excellent moisture retainers. Plants that love consistent moisture, like ferns, pothos, peace lilies, tomatoes, peppers, and most tropical houseplants, thrive in plastic because the soil stays evenly moist longer between waterings. Plastic pots are lightweight, a critical advantage for balcony gardeners working within weight restrictions, for anyone who needs to move large plants regularly, and for seniors or gardeners with physical limitations. They are inexpensive, widely available in every size, from 2-inch seedling pots to 25-gallon growing tanks, virtually indestructible under normal use and easy to clean. Their limitations are primarily aesthetic. Standard nursery plastic lacks the visual character of terracotta or ceramic. And thermal, as dark plastic pots in full summer sun can heat up to temperatures that damage roots. The solution to root overheating in plastic is straightforward. Choose light-colored or white plastic pots for hot, sunny locations, or slip plastic pots inside larger decorative containers to shade the inner pot from direct heat. For starting seeds, propagating cuttings, and growing food crops in large quantities on a budget, plastic pots are genuinely unmatched in value. Glazed ceramic pots occupy the sweet spot between terracotta and plastic in terms of moisture retention, and they occupy an entirely different stratosphere in terms of visual beauty. Glazed ceramics are fired clay pots coated in a ceramic glaze that seals the porous walls, creating a non-porous exterior. This means they retain moisture similarly to plastic, better than unglazed terracotta, while offering a weight, visual quality, and temperature-moderating mass that plastic cannot match. The thick ceramic walls of a glazed pot act as a thermal buffer, moderating both heat and cold in the root zone, and protecting roots from temperature extremes more effectively than thin-walled plastic. Glazed ceramics come in every color, pattern, and size imaginable, making them the top choice for decorative container arrangements on patios, porches, and living rooms where aesthetics matter. Their primary drawbacks are weight. Large glazed ceramic pots can be extremely heavy, requiring careful positioning before planting, and fragility, as ceramic can chip and crack if dropped or exposed to severe freeze-thaw cycles. Choose glazed ceramic for your most prized, prominent container placements, where the visual impact justifies the investment, and ensure that every ceramic pot you purchase has at least one drainage hole. Some decorative ceramics are sold without drainage, making them suitable only as cachepots to slip another pot inside. Fabric grow bags have undergone a genuine revolution in American container gardening over the past decade, and once you understand why, you will likely want to replace at least some of your hard-sided containers with them. Fabric grow bags are made from breathable, non-woven polypropylene or felt-like material that allows air to penetrate the entire root zone from all sides, including the walls and bottom. This air penetration produces a phenomenon called air pruning. When roots reach the air-permeable wall of a fabric container, the root tip is naturally pruned by the dry air rather than continuing to circle around the inside of the pot, as it would in a hard-sided container. Circling roots, a chronic problem in plastic and ceramic pots, eventually become root-bound and strangled, degrading plant health over time. Air-pruned roots, by contrast, are consistently encouraged to branch inward, creating a dense, fibrous, healthy root mass that absorbs water and nutrients more efficiently than any circling root system could. Fabric bags also drain and dry out more quickly than hard-sided containers because moisture evaporates through the breathable walls, reducing root rot risk. For vegetables, especially tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, and root crops, fabric grow bags produce exceptional results. They are lightweight even when full, can be folded flat for storage in winter, and are available in sizes from 1 gallon to 100 gallons. Their limitation is that they dry out faster than hard-sided pots in hot weather, requiring more frequent watering in peak summer heat. Wooden planters and window boxes bring a warmth, authenticity, and natural character to garden design that no manufactured material can fully replicate. And they have genuine functional advantages beyond their beauty. Wood is a natural thermal insulator. Wooden planters moderate root zone temperature more effectively than thin-walled plastic or metal, keeping roots warmer in cool spring weather and cooler in hot summer conditions. For vegetables, herbs and flowering plants in raised planter boxes and long rectangular planters, wood provides excellent depth for root development and good moisture retention without the overwatering risk of completely non-porous materials. Cedar and redwood are the best wood choices for outdoor planters because their natural oils provide resistance to rot and insect damage without chemical treatment. Pine and other softwoods are more affordable, but require treatment with non-toxic sealants or liners to extend their useful life. The inside of wooden planters should be lined with landscape fabric or pond liner, not plastic sheeting, which blocks drainage, to extend the wood's life by preventing direct contact between wet soil and the wooden walls. As wooden planters age, they develop a beautiful weathered patina that many gardeners find more attractive than the new version. Water wooden planters thoughtfully. They retain moisture well but should never be left sitting in standing water, which accelerates rot at the base. Containers, galvanized steel buckets, zinc troughs, copper planters, and vintage metal cans have become enormously popular in American farmhouse, industrial, and cottage garden aesthetics, and they are entirely functional when used correctly. the primary concern with metal containers is thermal conductivity. Metal conducts heat and cold rapidly, which means a dark metal container in full afternoon summer sun can become hot enough to damage or cook roots. This is the most important limitation to understand about metal pots. The solution is to use metal containers in partial shade or morning sun only. Line the interior with burlap or coir to create thermal insulation between the metal wall and the soil. Or choose lighter colored metals that absorb less solar radiation. Metal containers must have drainage holes. A drill and metal bit can add holes to the bottom of any metal bucket or trough easily. With those considerations addressed, metal planters are durable, visually striking, and excellent for herbs, flowers, and small fruiting plants in appropriate locations. Galvanized metal is naturally rust-resistant and can last for many years outdoors. Copper develops a beautiful verdigris patina with weathering. Vintage and repurposed metal containers add irreplaceable character to any garden design. Concrete and hypertufa planters represent the most permanent, weather-resistant, and architecturally substantial container option available, and for certain plants and garden styles, they are genuinely the ideal choice. Concrete is porous like terracotta, allowing limited air and moisture exchange through the walls, and its extraordinary thermal mass provides exceptional temperature buffering. Concrete planters stay remarkably cool in summer heat and moderate in fall cold. They are ideal for alpines, succulents, small ornamental trees, and any plant that benefits from stable root temperatures and good drainage. Hypertufa, a lighter weight mix of Portland cement, peat moss, and perlite, creates containers that look like natural stone but weigh significantly less than solid concrete, making them a popular choice for gardeners who want the aesthetic of stone with manageable weight. The primary limitation of both is their permanent nature. Once a large concrete planter is positioned, moving it requires significant effort. New concrete planters also have high alkalinity from the lime content, which can affect soil pH for sensitive plants. Cure new concrete planters by filling them with water and letting them soak for several weeks, changing the water multiple times before planting. Self-watering containers deserve special mention for busy American gardeners, beginner plant parents, and anyone who struggles with watering consistency. Self-watering pots feature a built-in reservoir at the bottom, separated from the soil by a barrier, with a wicking mechanism that draws water up into the root zone from below as the soil dries out. This bottom-up watering approach keeps the root zone consistently moist at the level where roots can access moisture, while the upper soil surface remains drier, which discourages fungus gnats, reduces surface evaporation, and eliminates the boom and bust watering cycle that stresses plants in standard containers. Self-watering containers are exceptional for tomatoes, herbs, lettuce, peppers, and any plant that performs best with consistent moisture. They are also ideal for indoor houseplants for owners who travel frequently or tend to forget watering. The reservoir typically needs refilling every 3 to 7 days in summer, depending on plant size and weather. Hanging baskets bring vertical dimension and visual drama to any garden space, and are the perfect solution for trailing plants like petunias, fuchsias, bacopa, nasturtiums, and strawberries that display their beauty most effectively when suspended and allowed to cascade freely. Hanging baskets are available in wire frames lined with cocoa coir, which allows excellent drainage and air pruning from all sides, as well as solid plastic versions with drip trays. Cocoa-lined wire baskets dry out very quickly in hot weather and typically need daily watering in peak summer, while plastic hanging baskets retain moisture significantly longer. For all hanging baskets, fertilize every 1 to 2 weeks through the growing season because frequent watering flushes nutrients rapidly from the limited soil volume. Regardless of which pot type you choose, 3 universal rules apply to every container you will ever plant. First, drainage holes are non-negotiable. Every pot must allow excess water to escape freely, or root rot will eventually destroy your plant regardless of how carefully you water. Second, always match pot size to plant size. Roots need room to grow but shouldn't be swimming in excess wet soil that stays soggy between waterings. Third, the pot material should match your plant's moisture preferences. Terracotta and fabric for drought-tolerant plants, plastic and glazed ceramic for moisture lovers. Master these 3 principles and every pot choice you make going forward will be grounded in genuine horticultural understanding rather than guesswork. If you love learning about seasonal flowering plants, vegetables, gardening tips, and nature care, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature Nurture Hub, your home for year-round garden inspiration. Let's keep growing together.